Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Christine. And Christine wrote in earlier, I did the video, the narcissist doesn't make the call when they're done with you. But before I get to her video, please go to the description box and click on the Rumble link. I asked everybody to watch over on Rumble. I'm still monetized there, and it'll help out with the channel. Here's Christine's story. Hi, Ollie. It's Christine again. I'm going to work on a story about my mother, but for right now, I thought I would share another email that just came in from my dad. See, not blocking them is a problem. But on the other hand, do you want to block them and then not know what they're up to? Your father's coming off as, very stalkerish and extremely dangerous. The type of boomer you are not allowed to tell no. You are not allowed to tell this dude no. And I could see this from what he wrote. More context. My ex, the one my father hates, is still in my life. More as a friend because he felt so bad about what happened with my father. He had moved up north for a new job during our relationship, partly to get away from my crazy family. He said I could come up north to stay with him until I got on my feet with a new job. I eventually took the offer, packed my stuff in a U-Haul, quit my cashier job, and left really early one morning during the summer without telling anyone. That is how you do that. That is how you do it. When you have the opportunity to go no contact, to truly get away and escape, gift wrapped to you like that, take it. Do not miss that opportunity. Now, I understand some people are getting into a situation where there's just like no way they could get out. Like when you're given the opportunity, do not miss it. And you did, based on what I'm seeing on your father and from the last video. How you left is exactly the right way, how you have to do it, because if you give them any inkling that you have the means or the desire to get away, they are going to sabotage it 100%. The apartment I moved from is owned by my father. You can imagine how that was going. I had a roommate, but I didn't tell her where I went. Well, that sucks for her, but, it's really your father's problem at that point. I had just graduated college and had been paying a cheaper rent from him throughout college, which I paid working as a waitress, then cashier. When I started going against him last year, he started making a lot of financial threats. He had owned the car I drove, and when I was with my boyfriend, he told me I must buy it now or give it back. He originally promised me that car until I graduated. The demand came 6 months earlier than that. And that's, again, the boomer making promises, the carrot at the end of the stick that you are never going to get. They're going to change the terms. They're going to move the goalpost. They're going to renegotiate, and then you're stuck. You're going to yank that carrot. They're going to yank that carrot away every time. So the only person who knows where I am now is my ex and a really close girlfriend who has my parents blocked due to their nonsense. That's how I knew I could trust her. I was strategic about my move. I made stops and posted pictures visiting friends along the way so they would think it was just a trip, and I also visited my mother in Canada. Why let them think they were anything? Why post anything at that point? Why give them any clues for any reason whatsoever? I guess to give yourself time. But even still, you're leaving breadcrumbs. I answered questions about my plans vaguely. My plans are to become a teacher and have my own place. I just graduated from a master's teaching program in the spring. I'm low contact with my mom, and I just tell her I moved somewhere else in the state where I used to live. She cries and throws tantrums when I tell her that I can't tell her the address. After all, last time I told her where I was, She called my boyfriend's parents to ask about his relationship history. I still refuse to tell her anything. Boy, do they love, especially those boomer parent narcs, man. They love calling the other people's parents and comparing notes and putting your shit out there. Oh, one of my parents' favorite pastimes to do. They called Euphre's parents and wanted to know why she was such a whore. Oh, good times. Good times. Never tell her. You can't tell her where you moved. I mean, if you're low contact with her, there's probably going to be the need to go no contact. You open this by saying you're working on a story about your mother. I'm sure it's a doozy if she's living in another country and you're low contact with her. I'm already expecting a borderline title for whatever it is. So send it on. Send it on. I still refuse to tell her anything. As you should. As you shouldn't. The email didn't fit in one screenshot. He admits to stalking my ex still, and he admitted to opening my mail from the Highway Toll Authority. There's no way that bill was in his name. He's lying. The car has been registered under my name for over a year. Then he names the town I'm in. Yeah, because he's stalking you, clearly, and he's dangerous. If the car is registered in your name, if the plates are in your name, yeah, then there's no way that bill came into anyone but you. I'm sending a cease and desist letter and reporting the crime of opening someone else's mail. Yeah, you got to report it, but I wouldn't expect it to go anywhere based on how messed up the post office is. But you got to, just for your records, God forbid this escalates. Thank you, Ollie, and I hope for many more doors to open for you to speak freely online without suppression. Sincerely, Christine. And she sent 3 screenshots of the email. So I got everything covered up. So Christine is not identified. So this is the first one. Living honestly doesn't have these coincidences. Being courageous is a lot less complicated than cowardly hiding out and cutting loved ones out of your life. Anyway, I'll pay your bill so you don't get in trouble. Please Venmo me the $675. You're not paying the bill then if he wants the $675. He's just fishing for information and vaguely threatening you. These are like vague threats. Maybe you're in blank, not New York, but maybe blank names the city I'm in. Please let me know. Love, Dad. Oh, what a douche. This is all. I can find you. I'm stalking you. These are all. You should keep these because you want to know what threats he's making. The state of Massachusetts Tollway Authority sent me a toll charge of $675 for a Honda driving through Massachusetts on July 25th. Coincidentally, not coincidentally, it was you. There's no coincidence. See, this is so passive aggressive. Coincidentally, it had your license plate number and expired license plate sticker. Oh, so I'm going to report you for driving on an expired tag. Coincidentally, your mom's birthday was only 2 days later on July 27th. Coincidentally, you were in Canada visiting cousin in late July. Coincidentally, oh geez, yeah, he's dangerous. He is dangerous. Coincidentally, there are only a few states in the entire USA where you have to traverse the Massachusetts Turnpike to reach Canada. One of those is Maine. Coincidentally, X has publicly listed Maine as a new residence. All interesting, but maybe meaningless coincidences. What a piece of shit scumbag. Those are threats. Those are all veiled threats. Those are all veiled threats. Passive aggressive. It's all passive aggressive, and it's going to get more and more outwardly aggressive the more he doesn't get his way. I hope you got ring cams where you're at. Seriously? Because he's going to keep escalating. He really is. He's going to keep escalating. If I were you at this point, I would at least go down to the police station and ask to talk to somebody, to advise them, like, find out what you could do here. Like, because he's not outwardly threatening you here. But you need to have some kind, I would start some kind of record with the police, because then you could worry about some kind of doxing situation. You having the cops show up at your house at 2-3 in the morning because, for a welfare check, because they're saying, you're being threatened or held against your will. This is what's going to happen. This is what is going to happen. If he's gone this far to find out where you're at, and he said he's already named the city, then it's only a matter of time before he shows up there. I mean, that's reality. It's pretty apparent from this, from this email, that this guy is spiraling. He's spiraling, and he's spiraling hard. So you really need to begin to take some steps to protect yourself, because he is going to show up there. I mean, I would bet anything on it. Or send the police to your house, or send some kind of agency to your house. He's going to call your ex's job, figure out where you're working once that happens. This is why I don't know what the relationship is still with him and your mother in Canada, but you're already low contact. Like, if there's a time to go no contact, it might be now. So, oof. This is exactly the type of shit my father would write. This passive aggressive, oh, you got expired tags, and oof. You can see how this is spiraling out on him the longer it goes. And this is fairly recent. This isn't even a month ago, right? This is July. This is all very recent for Christine. So expect something. I would contact the police. I would go down there and say, listen, I just need to find out. I'm not seeking. I don't know if I could seek anything at this point, because I don't think he's done any. He's opened your mail, but that's a crime that happened in, I guess it's New York or whatever state you came from. That's not anything that Maine can do anything about if that's where you're at. But these things, these veiled threats, was what I would call them, is what I would want to advise the police about, And I would tell them I would fully expect him to call and say, like, I'm being held hostage at 2 a.m, or a welfare check, and all of that. And if there's a way to avoid being, swatted at 2 a.m. and pulled out of bed and that whole thing, please let's explore those options. That's unfortunate that that's the position that sometimes we're put in because of these people, but that's the reality. Those are the steps you have to take. But the main point that should be driven home overall in this video is the golden opportunity, the gift that you got to go no contact and just go, and you didn't pass it up. So good job on that. You have the opportunity to go no contact. Take it. Do not miss your chance when it's given to you, gift wrapped. So I hope that helps. Thank you, Christine, for your another contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you want to expose, you like to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, you like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general, you keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do. Either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. If you haven't watched the video over there, please do. Even a click helps. Follow me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.